What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with another Destiny 2 Shadowkeep video. And in this one we're going to talk about earning XP inside of Year 3, how to level up new artifacts, and how artifact resets actually work, as well as a handful of ways that you can level up through the Season Pass quicker. And it definitely isn't rocket science, but there are a few things to bear in mind, and so I figured we'd speak about it in the video. We're going to talk about XP farming and ways that you can be efficient right now, but let's speak about seasonal artifacts and the resets for them. So of course there are a whole bunch of mods that we can unlock in the artifact, and we do that by earning unlock points, but of course we can't select all of the mods, and this is where the reset button comes in. So when you actually reset the artifact, it allows mod reallocation, and that means it will relock all of the mods that you've chosen, and that does remove them from the gear that you've equipped them to, but once you've done that reset, you can immediately start selecting mods that you currently have if you like. So if you already had Enhanced Hand Cannon Loader, you can select that one again and it will re-unlock on any weapons that you've got it applied to, but you could make a few other selections of things that you didn't try out before. And so the unlocked perks are kind of like a roll on the artifact that you've chosen. You have to set the current roll of available mods, but after this, you don't really need all that much XP for artifacts because you're basically re-rolling its perks with Glimmer until you get exactly what you want. However, we will still need a lot of XP for the Season Pass, and this is a pretty significant grind. And so as well as maxing out the artifact initially, XP farming is going to be very useful for getting those Season Pass unlocks. So the very first thing to mention, really basic right here, but make sure you have a Guiding Light Ghost Shell, as this offers plus 10% XP gains anywhere. And that would include the Eris Morn Shell, but if you're not a Shadowkeep player, the Cosmos Shell, Kitbash Shell, and a host of others that you can find in collections. And you are definitely missing out if you don't run an XP booster Ghost Shell. Secondly, Fireteam XP boosters are present in the Season Pass, so as you level up in the Season Pass, you'll initially get a 20% XP booster at the start, and then a series of other minor XP boosts as well as small Fireteam XP boosts. And because of those Fireteam XP boosts, especially as they stack up over time, it means that it's totally best to play in a Fireteam whenever possible. And so while you're doing this, bounties pretty much have the best rate of rewarding XP in the entire game right now. This is partially because they're quick and easy to do, but also because you can re-earn them. And so generally, you want to be completing a lot of bounties as you play, but specifically to continuously earn a lot of XP. If you are playing multiple characters, then you're going to earn the most possible amount of XP because you are rerunning campaign and all of the other quests and things like that. While you're doing this, make sure to grind the hell out of bounties as you go, and one of the really big strategies for earning XP from bounties is via repurchasing them at vendors. Now, this is really huge. Basically, if you complete all of the daily bounties, you can then buy a series of random bounties back and farm them over and over again. One way that folks are doing this really quickly would be via lost sectors on the moon. So of course Eris has basic bounties to get grenade kills, melee kills, different weapon kills and precision kills. And so if you fireteam up with at least one other person, then repeatedly farm lost sectors or public events on the moon, complete the bounties and reacquire them, you are going to earn significant amounts of XP. And you can see, as I turn these bounties in here, we're leveling up very quickly. But the thing about this is that via repurchasing and then running activities very quickly again, you can see XP gains very similar to this every 10 minutes or so. And there are various different ways that you can do this, but also pad it out. You could run the Strike on the Moon while also completing Vanguard bounties and Moon bounties. A non-Shadowkeep bounty strat for season owners or free-to-play guardians would be basically to do the same thing but in Vanguard or Crucible, but also by completing the Gunsmith bounties and planetary bounties, even though they cap out. You could hop planet to planet doing the bounties by completing heroic public events, which also grant a good amount of XP, especially with that small fireteam boost. But bear in mind, the repurchasable bounty thing is pretty much the way in which you're going to earn significant amounts of XP, and considering you're having to spend quite a bit of Glimmer on bounties, bear in mind there is the Rainmaker consumable. And these last for 4 hours at a time, so if you pop these, you'll get more Glimmer dropped from enemies. But also, you could even use artifact mods, like the one that allows you to get more Glimmer from Hive, especially if you're farming stuff on the moon. Also bear in mind that you may have some old XP boosters that work, and Cheese Forever pointed this out, but if you had any Pop-Tart XP boosters from Year 1, they do offer 25% extra XP, and they still work in the game, so there are a few various things to consider there, because obviously we are limited on time to acquire all of the items from the Season Pass, and it does definitely need a good amount of gameplay, but also with the artifact, of course those mods and all of the upgrades that we've done are going to go away at the end of the season as well, and so I think it's totally worth getting it fully upgraded as soon as possible because it leaves us the most amount of time to play with the different possibilities, and the most amount of time with the best potent bonuses, especially the stuff that you get in that final slot. If you wanted any further guidance on the mods themselves, I'll link a separate video down below, but for today, especially considering XP is now very important in the game, I figured it'd be worth pointing a few of these things out. So let us know your thoughts down below, and if you have any tips for other players, definitely drop them in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, then feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep you up to date with everything related to Destiny 2, Shadowkeep, New Light, and the future seasons we have on the roadmap for the next year or so. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys very soon.